And this is Krista. And together we make
the better half of Bacon Decker.
And this is
the Bacon Decker Christmas Special.
And that's a wrap.
Jeez Louise, I tell you what.
Welcome back, everyone. We were expecting to do a bro down this week, and instead we decided to do a Christmas special and introduce our significant others, wife for me and
fiance for me.
So I'm going to implement guests into the show throughout the year coming ahead. We just wanted to start with the best ones, I guess. And,
obviously, of course.
We can start with anyone else.
Working for brownie points, right?
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Absolutely.
We got a lot to talk about today. Some of the topics I think we're going to cover are Christmas traditions in our families, and some of our fondest Christmas memories.
Yeah, so let's take it from one of you guys first. Girls first.
Ladies first, actually.
What is your favorite memory growing up
My favorite memory
of Christmas?
So, anytime my grandparents would come to town, which they always came for Christmas, and then they would come other times too, but we weren't allowed out of our room until 7 o'clock. Until 7 o'clock. Now, 6:59, 7 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
And so, I would get up, and I would go into the room that my grandparents were sleeping in, because they would come from out of town, or even when they got older when I got older and they had moved to Lexington, they still came over and spent the night for Christmas. And I would go get in their bed and lay between them, and my grandma would tell me stories about a little boy named Charlie, and he would go to school, and she would talk about how he would get on the bus and they would go to the left and they'd go to the right, and she'd shake the bed with it. And I don't know, that was one of the funniest things that we got to do when I was little, because that was my special time with them that I got to have, because mom and dad were still asleep. And then we'd go downstairs. Nene, my grandma, would make breakfast, and then we'd open presents, and then we'd have lunch later on. After a handful of years, we started going to a movie theater, which I didn't like because I didn't like supporting businesses that made people work on Christmas. Mm-hmm. So it was always a
love-hate relationship.
Well, it was always a point of tension in the family, because I'd be like, I don't support this. But now we don't celebrate Christmas on Christmas because I work. So, no, I'm one of those people.
I don't think much is open anymore now on Christmas, right?
Maybe theaters are.
This year for sure.
I don't know if they're open this year, yeah.
Well, I did hear on the radio this morning they were giving away Wonder Woman tickets, so for Christmas in the Glasgow Marquee Cinemas.
I think Regal is closed because they closed, then they opened back up, and then they reclosed. So I don't know if they're back open or not.
I'd be surprised if they stay open in the long term, though, as far as just everybody's kind of going to, digital, as far as the...
I mean, you can do just about anything over the internet now. So.
And snacks are cheaper at home.
What about you, Gabby?
As
far as your favorite memory growing up?
There's so many. Honestly, we wake up super early. It didn't matter if the first person woke up at 4 a.m., we started getting the rest of the family up. We would start one by one and waking each other up. And then it got to the point where whenever we became teenagers, we wanted to sleep. Our parents were waking us up at 5 a.m. Crack it on.
Flipping
we were
script.
ready to open presents. And we do it. We literally, one person at a time opens a gift so we can see what everybody got, because we love seeing what everybody got. And then we literally open presents. My mom makes breakfast casseroles and crock pot stuff, so we would eat breakfast, and then we all cuddle up on the couch and we watch one good Christmas movie. Usually we start out with something lighter like It's a Wonderful Life, and we all nap. And then obviously the Grinch, National Lampoons, which is what I'm wearing on my shirt.
Tyler's wearing it too.
Yeah, Tyler's wearing it too. We have matching ones.
For the people watching on YouTube.
Yeah, well, not matching, but Griswold family Christmas themed shirts.
Will didn't tell me to wear my Christmas outfit, so...
Yeah, they're not in Christmas. They're the Grinches.
I
We're the Griswolds.
This is my Christmas sweater.
Christmas-iest
sweater that I have. So.
I have a
We need to change that. Definitely the Grinches, we're the Griswolds.
I didn't choose this life.
I love
it. Will chose you. Will chose you. But usually after we play games all day long, and we don't really have like a big Christmas dinner. We do like charcuterie boards and just snacks all day, and Christmas candy. We love making Christmas candy. Me and my mom made it last weekend.
Christmas candy?
Yes, like Oreo balls and
Oh.
everything chocolate dipped. We even do, my stepdad, he loves, you know the jalapeno cheddar Cheetos? We dip those in milk chocolate, and he loves them. I know that's super weird. It's not that great to me, but he loves it. But yeah, that's what we do weird.
That's strange, like putting cheese on apple pie.
Ugh.
People do that.
My grandma used to make this thing called fuzzy pudding.
Fuzzy pudding. That's
Yes,
like
it had like pudding and whipped cream and cheddar cheese on top.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was weird. I don't know, but we're a weird family. But yeah, that's
Not much has
Kinda what we
changed,
do.
honestly.
yeah.
It's still the same.
He's had to
traditions.
get used to it.
Yeah. I guess that leaves you, Baker.
I would say when I was really little, it was just cool. My parents always made sure that we got a lot of stuff, and it was all like splayed out and looked like perfect. I mean, I remember one time I came out of my room. It was still dark outside, but like the glow of the Christmas tree was shining, in the living room, and I walked out there, and you just see stuff splayed out all over.
Displayed like it was in a
Yeah.
Christmas movie.
Yeah, I mean, all over the couch and then all up against the wall and under the tree. I mean, it looked like there was just an endless supply of presents, and I was like, what? It's so crazy. When we got older, it became cooler the way we did it, because we go over to my grandma and grandpa's house, Nana and Pop, and Matt, or our Uncle Matt, would be there, and my family would be there, and we'd all gather around. We'd divvy up the presents to who they were going to, and like you said, we'd go one at a time,
One by
open
one.
up all the presents, and it was just cool to do that.
If you don't do it that way, the youngest kids kind of, open them all at once. That's what
Yeah.
And you don't even see
And then
the
they're
You don't see that
reaction to
reaction.
what. That's what I like now. Like, we really try to do that still now. Of course, we're older. We're more patient. We're not one to rip everything open at once. But I really enjoy, like, whenever you get a kid something and it's what they've been waiting for
Yeah.
months or something, their face when it lights up, like, that's the best part of Christmas, is giving and then watching their reaction when they get it. It's awesome. What about you, babe?
As far as childhood memories, I remember a couple of Christmases with my mom and dad before they were divorced. Those were pretty special memories as far as like what we got. I remember, of course, I talked to Hunter about this last week or the week before, and my grandparents. He doesn't remember any Christmases with dad and mom before they were divorced.
That's probably too young.
Yeah, so, well, for me, it was like 4 and 5, so he was 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I remember waking up one morning, and we'd gotten a Scooby-Doo tent. It was like a plastic tent, just
That pops up.
Yeah. So we woke up, and instead of waking them up, because if we woke them up, they just told us to go back to bed. It was not. My dad did not wake up for Christmas. He's like, we'll get up when we get up, and then y'all can open presents. So, I mean, of course obviously, they got it all set up throughout the night. I don't know how they did it so quietly, because like we had tents and Hot Wheels sets, and sometimes we even got a recliner one year, like a little like kid recliner. I just don't know how they were quiet enough to not wake one of us. But the tent was super cool, so we got up that morning, Hunter and I, and we snuck in there, and we seen everything, like you were saying, like the lights and all the gifts. You're like, whoa, all this happened overnight, like Santa.
Yeah.
And so we got into the tent and just hid in there, and I was like, we'll just wait in here until they get up, and then we'll be in here ready to go as soon as they are. And it seemed like we sat there forever, but it was probably just 30 minutes to an hour, because we were talking. It wasn't like we were hiding. We were just up waiting for them to get up. So they woke up and we opened up presents, and those are some of the favorite memories as far as like growing up. Now looking at it, like gifts don't mean as much to me. I enjoy the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Losing family members over time, you enjoy the time with those people more than you do the gifts. I try not to get on a sad note, but honestly, time is everybody together, having fun, laughing, talking, and just making memories.
I got you. Me and Krista were talking, what was it, yesterday, about how we wanted to kind of, looking towards the future, making our own traditions, what we were going to do with our kids and so on and so forth. And for me, it was like, what you're saying, I'm really focused on the time. So,
Mhm.
like, I want it to be, like, we wake up, you know, I make breakfast for everybody, we kind of gather around, you know, divvy up the presents. Just like taking it slow and, you know, not rushing into it. Because I know when, you know, as a little kid, you're like, you know, I just want to open up all my presents, I want to play with all my toys, and, you know, or when we were older and we would get, like, video games and stuff, and we'd run away and just start playing video games. So, I definitely think, looking ahead, I would want that, you know.
As far as like with my brother and Lucas, my nephew, seeing him open a bunch of gifts, he kind of gets focused on one. So like when they're young, you don't have to get them a ton.
Yeah, I don't think at a young age kids really, because
as long
they're
as
going
they
to
get
grow
something,
out
they're
of
happy
it.
with it.
It's not like they're a teenager.
I mean, I'm just gonna get them a Scooby Doo tent. And
Oh my
I remember it
gosh.
now. So like, maybe when they're 24, they'll be
Maybe
like,
they
you know
will.
what, that Scooby Doo tent, that was the highlight.
Yeah.
What if they're not into
See-
Scooby Doo?
I don't know. I don't know
Well,
about it.
you gotta throw them away.
I guess, yeah. True.
See, my family, like my immediate family, celebrated Christmas on Christmas, but like my big family get together was actually Christmas Eve. So my dad's side of the family has nowadays about 50 people. That's with people.
That is not within guidelines, girl.
Well, people have gotten married. A couple of people had more kids since then. But when I was growing up, you know, there's probably about 42, I think.
Sheesh.
And so there's just a whole bunch of garrisons. There's just so many of us. And we go over to Grandma and Grandpa's house, and we went over there at about like noon or 1. And we did this every year up until this year is the first year that we're not getting together, obviously with COVID. And I wasn't able to make it last year because I was working. But we all got together and went over there. We had this big meal. And then we, you know, with there being that many people, you can't get each other presents. So we did like the Christmas like exchange like games and that kind of stuff. When we were really little, we would like draw names and pick people. And when I was younger, we like everybody stayed for a long time, ended up playing poker afterwards, that kind of stuff. Hung out for a long time. As we started getting older, people started going other places like halfway through the day, which made me sad when everybody left. But one thing I remember specifically from that, which is really funny, is we would wad the wrapping paper up and we would throw it at each other. And I remember a couple of people got like hurt
It's
by
better than
it.
throwing rocks at each other.
Yeah, I mean,
We did coat
Not
hangers
very
when we were a
Christmas.
kid.
But I remember my cousin Becca. I think it might have been my Uncle Rob, maybe, that threw it at her, hit her in the nose, gave her this massive bloody nose.
What were these wrapping paper filled
Yeah,
with?
dude,
it
Like,
had some heat on it.
I'm telling you, they
he
would
was
like
he was aiming to hurt. He
they
was
were
shooting for the
pack-
kill.
I mean, they would pack these things in as tight as they could, and I mean, when these guys were packing these things in as tight as they possibly could, those things got rough. I mean, it was like throwing rocks at each other.
Yeah.
I mean, it really was.
Yeah, William
You
knows
guys
all
know
about that.
Yeah, I know.
That story's already been told.
I just like to bring it up any chance I get. The fact that you got a concussion from a rock.
A rock to the forehead.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Doing something that we shouldn't have been doing.
Dumb.
So I actually have a memory, pretty much remembering it from what you guys said about sneaking in and kind of looking at everything. So me and my brother, I hope my mom actually doesn't watch this. I don't think we've ever told her. But when me and my brother
Everything's
growing
coming
up,
out.
I mean, it's bad. We were probably 5th or 6th grade, maybe. Well, my brother had a pocket knife he had received. Well, we literally went in on every present under the Christmas tree to me and him, sliced open the tape, and looked and opened our gifts before Christmas, and then just put a piece of tape over it.
You think she didn't notice? Come on.
No, I swear she did not notice it, because it was just it wasn't like wrapped in wrapping paper, it was just the boxes with like the design on top.
Mm-hmm.
So we literally
Oh, yeah.
sliced it, opened it, seen what it was, shut it, and I taped it back. And we would go on to the next.
Me and my sister.
I mean, we got away with it.
I gotta
we
say, I've
got
never.
caught.
We got away with it, and still to this day, I don't think we've ever told our parents until this moment. So, so sorry, Mom.
We got really good at guessing what each one was. With video games, it was pretty clear what they were, so we put them in different boxes. But, Hunter and I, we never opened them or anything, but we would always kind of guess, kind of shake it. And they're like, no, don't shake it, or they would be like, yeah, it's okay, it's whatever. So, like, you kind of guess which ones over time. I got really good.
You always knew which ones were clothes.
Yeah. Like, this feels really light and doesn't make a lot of noise. It's probably some shirts.
I gotta say, I never really did that. I never really. I mean, I'm sure I did once or twice or something, but I liked the surprise. In fact, one morning, on Christmas morning, but it was before we were supposed to open the presents, I walked into my mom and dad's room, and there was a present there for me, and I started crying because my parents always said if we found our presents, because I knew where they hid them, if we found our presents before Christmas, they were taking them back. So I didn't play with that. I didn't want to know. I didn't.
We were sneaky and conniving. So going back to what you said, Will, about what you kind of want to implement in your future family with Miss Krista here. What's something, I'm curious, what's something you for sure want to implement when we have kids, if we have kids?
I definitely want to make sure they wait till Christmas Day. Growing up, I regret we would get presents early. You got the 12 days of Christmas. Sometimes you get gifts before Christmas and kind of like open a small one leading up to it, or maybe something from your stocking. Looking back on it, like by the time Christmas got there, we were just like, can we just open the rest of these? And a lot of times our mom or dad was like, yeah, whatever, like it's no big deal. So I definitely would like to wait until Christmas Day to.
I have one stipulation on that.
Okay.
Every year, it is our family tradition and my family. My mom gets the whole family matching PJs, and that is our Christmas Eve. And we used to get like a Christmas movie with it, but I mean, obviously, there's no more Christmas movies we could get that's actually good.
Other than this shirt, that's the only Christmas apparel I have is what her mom has gotten us. And
yeah, so we get matching pajamas every Christmas Eve. It is expected. I don't think she will ever stop this tradition. If she does, I might die. But that's something I definitely want our kids to do, is have the whole matching PJs.
It kind of puts everybody at ease. You're wearing the same thing. Yeah. There's no thought process of like, what do I look like, or the situation.
We didn't have that growing up. We literally rolled out of bed, and I mean, we did have our matching PJs, but
that's what I'm saying. So everybody's wearing the same thing. We're all comfortable, relaxed, and it just kind of sets the vibe for everybody to have fun.
Well, his mom gets matching PJs for her and the two girls, and so they get matching PJs, but they get them at the beginning of December, so they can wear them all December, and then they wear them for I think they wear them for Christmas too. And I would love to do that because I don't want to get Christmas PJs that I can only wear like on Christmas night. You know what I mean? I guess you can keep wearing them.
Well, that's what we do. So once the season starts, I'll pull up the flannel pajamas.
Yeah. We literally went to my family Christmas on my dad's side. My parents are divorced. So we went last night and we wore some of the stuff that my mom had gotten us for previous Christmases.
She's like, what are we going to wear? I was like, we've got 2 Christmases worth of pajamas.
They're
in the
just
closet.
from...
Yeah, I would love to do that. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. And with the opening presents early, we always got a present on Christmas Eve because we would open up our present from Grandma and Grandpa, my dad's parents, on Christmas Eve at their Christmas. And then we also got our gift from the gift exchange or whatever it was. And then sometimes we got to open up a gift when we got home, but sometimes we didn't. But I do like the opening up one gift on Christmas Eve.
That's what we did, is just one. And
well,
our parents got to pick it. That was the deal.
Yep.
You get to open a present, but we get to pick,
Yeah,
I'd be the dad to forget which one was which and be like,
it's kind of hard not to let them open a gift from a split family, because growing up, I don't remember any Christmases where my parents were married, so I've always opened it. We used to always do Christmas Eve at my dad's that morning and stuff, and we would open presents and whatnot, and then we would go back to my mom's, open our pajamas, and do Christmas at my mom's.
Yeah.
So with a split family, it's kind of hard to do no presents, or even with a big family.
Mm-hmm.
So like my family, we have 2 get-togethers for sure.
Yeah.
Your family has a get-together, and then we would probably do our thing on Christmas Day once we have kids. So
because that's the way
they're
her
going to be
tradition
getting
goes. If you
gifts
don't have
before.
kids, you come to her mom's house. If you have kids, and then we could decide if we want to, stay home for Christmas
Which I
Day.
don't know.
But, as far as why would at this point we're already used to it. Why not just go to her mom's and just take the kids
and
with
our
us?
our kids' gifts would
Maybe the first few years of them growing like a baby,
we're for sure going.
Yeah.
For sure, we get a night off. My mother would love
Take
a
this
grandchild.
Take this
Take him or her.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to me at that point.
Merry
This
Christmas.
is my present for me.
8 hours of sleep.
See, that's that's what like my grandma and grandpa, like when they would come over, like they would tell us like I would want to go in there anyways, because like my Nene was like the whole world to me. Like when Nene was in town, Mom and Dad did not matter to me at all. I did not care. I didn't care about Papa. I cared about Nene. Nene. So I went in there and she was like, it was good because it let your parents sleep in for another hour rather than us going in there and waking them up.
No, we didn't play that game. You getting up? Nope.
No, that's another thing. We talked about that. His little sisters want to get up at 6 a.m. to do Christmas. When I'm the mama, and
At Mom's, we woke her up, and she would get up. But if it was Dad, we didn't. I mean, there was no point. He's just tell us to go back to bed.
Yeah.
And if we tried to open something without him in there, then we're really in trouble.
Yeah.
No,
So
I
there
feel
was
like the whole, when the kids wake up, it's present time.
No.
I like that because we always did that as a kids. And even when we got old enough to where we were like, okay, we need our sleep.
I feel like
Then my parents
Krista would be
continued to
different
wake us up early.
once it's her kids, and
Yeah.
if she's wrapped all the presents, she
Well,
would
see,
be excited for her
when
kids.
I wake up, then that's fine. But I don't want to be woke up by the kids. I got woke up.
I feel like if it's your
years.
kid, though, is what I'm saying. If your
No.
kid, no,
She said
She
no.
doesn't think so, but I know so.
I don't
know
sleep
she'll
in that
change.
much.
we'll find out eventually.
I mean, I don't sleep in until 11. I sleep in until 7, maybe 7:30. So I feel like I'm not asking that much to have my children wait until 7:30. It's not that big of a deal. I had to wait till 7. They can wait till 7. I promise. I survived. I made it. I was good.
But it sounds like you're holding a grudge.
Yeah.
No,
Sounds like there's some tension there.
I'm holding a grudge from his sisters wanting to have Christmas at 6 in the morning. I mean, thank
I
God
gotta
I
be
gotta
over
work.
at my dad's house on Christmas Day at 6 a.m.
Yeah, I gotta work, and I have to be at work at 6 a.m. on Christmas Day too. But that's
Did you say you have to be there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just stay there.
mean,
you
you
get
just-
more sleep
well,
that way.
you
You
take
just
a
have to wake
Christmas
up
day
at
nap.
6.
Like what you were
What's that
saying. What you were saying. So I'm going to my mom and my grandparents' house on Christmas Eve to do Christmas there, and then the next day I'm off of work, so then I can go to my dad's house and spend all day there. So, and then after that we're going to her folks the next day and spending the weekend.
So
up
we
there,
have 3 Christmases. I don't think I'm gonna make it to his dad's house though, because since from where they're doing it so early in the morning, I'm working early on Christmas, so
You
I'll
actually
get
have to work
off really
Christmas?
early. What?
You actually have to work Christmas.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm a
The
reporter.
news.
No, I know
the
you're
news.
I know
The
you're a
news.
reporter.
Well,
I meant when you go in, just in case there's a story.
No,
Or do you
we
just
have
like,
to,
hey, it's
we have to
Christmas?
produce a story
Oh,
every
okay.
day. Yeah. So I'm going live this Christmas morning. I'm doing the exact same thing I did last year because this is not my story, and I'll fight anybody that tries to take it. But basically,
Well, this will be out after Christmas, so.
Yeah.
After, so they can't take it even from this recording.
well, I already have it claimed, so
It's already a set in stone story.
yeah, it's already mine. But I'll do it next year too, if I work on Christmas, which I may ask off, but I don't know. But anyways,
Who knows?
who knows? Christmas is on a Saturday. I won't be working. Never mind.
I'm just worried about getting through 2020 Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's just.
But basically, so I'm going live. Toys for Tots and the fire department actually get together and they deliver toys to kids in the area.
Oh, that's
And
sweet.
they go take it to them Christmas morning, and it was so much fun doing it last year. The kids got so excited, and Sergeant Santa came with Toys for Tots, and he had a blast. I don't know if he's coming this year because of COVID. So he may not be able to make it. You know, he's been traveling around the world a lot, so he's gonna be a little bit tired. So he may not make it this year, but I'm not sure. But that's usually, I do like a live shot in the morning right before they go. Then I record them actually going and doing all that kind of stuff. I put a story together for that. And then I have to get another story too. I might just record that the day before or something like that.
Yeah, pre-recorded somewhat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I'll end up working from probably about 6 until my guess is probably about 2. That's what I did for Thanksgiving too. I just got to work early. That way I could get off a little earlier.
Do you mind working on Christmas
Yes.
and Thanksgiving?
Yes.
You don't like it?
Yes.
Okay.
I hate it.
Yeah, I would too.
It makes me upset.
I work at a bank, so like we get every,
You get every
holiday that's
ever.
ever been thought of
Yeah.
off, which I
Even the made-up
absolutely
ones.
love.
Yeah.
Because, well, it's going to be great when we have kids because he doesn't get every holiday off.
Yeah.
It's Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Me, you get the same holidays off.
So yeah, so whenever if we have kids, they're going to be off from school on these holidays that I'm going to for sure be off. So that's definitely that's honestly part of the reason I picked the job that I am in, because just in case we have a family, because banker hours, everybody wants that job, and the weekends off, like, and all holidays. So I love
the
that.
best hours.
Yeah.
I won't keep weekends off after I move from the job that I'm at right now. The only reason that I have weekends off is because we're a brand new news station, so we don't have a weekend show. So we don't have a weekend show, so I don't have to worry about it. But with my work schedule the way that it is, and his work schedule the way that it is, and getting off not being easy at all, we like basically plan to move back to Lexington once we have kids, so that my parents can babysit, because both of my parents will be retired. My dad works from home, and my mom will be retired probably by then easily. So that's our plan. So we got a free babysitter. Shout out to mom and dad.
It works. I mean, and also, at least it's family, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know. Well, it's just hard, you know, working the hours that we work. You know, you just get up early, which I guess I would honestly prefer to get up earlier to get off.
Then work
earlier
later,
in the
yeah, for sure.
evening.
Because we get the evenings together.
Yeah.
He gets home like 3:30.
Yeah.
Sometimes
On a
4
good
at
day.
the latest.
Yeah.
I get home at 5:30, somewhere in there, and then we make dinner together. We eat, we watch our show, we do whatever, or we have dinner with friends, and so we get the whole night off. I would hate him working late, me not seeing him all day while I'm at work, and then having to wait. Like, I'm so sorry.
Well, we both get off. We
Yeah,
both
we
get
both get
off
off
at
at
around
about
the
6.
same
Oh,
time.
y'all both get off late.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I guess
So,
that wouldn't be too
It
bad.
works. The
It's
only
not like
thing that
one sitting
doesn't
in
work
the
is
house.
like I leave early too. Like she gets to go in a little later. So the only downside is we don't leave at the same time.
Yeah, but we do. I mean, depends on the day. I mean, I've gotten home, like, typically I'd say I get home between 5:30 and 6:30. Probably usually closer to 6.
That's not bad.
And then he gets home anywhere between
5:30
5 and
7.
Depends
7.
on how much she's slinging those packages.
I would just
Depends
like to
on
apologize
how close to
for all of
Christmas
the
it is.
shopping I've been doing. All of my Christmas shopping was online. So sorry.
I did a decent amount online too. I don't feel bad.
Yeah, we did a lot.
I
of
did-
online
I
and in
refused.
person, so.
It was funny at her family's get together last night. Like
Every
everybody had
box
Amazon
was
packages.
it was Amazon or somebody
yeah, some
like
kind of package
online.
from delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I refuse to go in all of these stores. I already have to work in the busiest part of town, so absolutely not spending my days off. Especially like this last weekend and this week. Today was so busy. I hate this traffic. Me growing up in a small town, we had two stoplights. Like, we had a Walmart and a McDonald's. That's about it. Like,
I'm from Lexington. The traffic here is a dream.
Yeah.
what?
If you-
No, I hate
Trying to
it.
go in front of the mall in Lexington, and one time, I swear to you, I am not exaggerating. I looked at the time. This is probably a distance of about maybe a mile. It's for the people that know Lexington, it was on Nicholasville Road in front of the mall.
Oh, that's where my mom lives.
Yeah, from Man o' War to New Circle. Maybe a mile. I mean, maybe 30 minutes. It took me 30 minutes 30 minutes!
1 mile?
1 mile!
Absolutely not. See,
You would have a panic attack if you.
I would.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate traffic, and I have road rage.
Oh yeah, it's the worst. And it's
Very
like
badly.
an 8-lane highway too. Like it ain't playing.
I mean,
Ugh.
you see on New Year's, like they show the pictures of like the cities and stuff. You see the line of traffic.
Yeah,
That's-
and they're like bumper to bumper. I
Yeah.
can't deal with that.
Yeah.
My anxiety.
The 405
could
going into Los
not.
Angeles,
Mhm.
dude.
No, absolutely
It's
not.
trash.
It's weird, though.
It's trash.
Up until this year, though, I enjoyed going to get. I mean, the first year we were together, we went to the mall together. We knocked it all out in one day.
I mean,
we got
one
everything
trip
in one
we
day.
got everybody.
Our car
done.
was loaded full, but we got everything the first day through the mall, and then we went to a couple
That's what
stores
we did.
near it.
Yeah.
But now,
And it wasn't bad.
Yeah, now though, like
I
in
feel
town,
like this year
I think it's
has
from-
been so bad.
I think it's from where we've been home so much
Mhm.
that
So
now I'm
everybody's
getting out
wanna be
into it's
out.
like get away from me.
Yeah.
And it's become I'm now socially distanced forever. It's not just from COVID. It's like I don't want to be near you. Like I need my space.
I don't even want to see you.
It's so strange too, like going to like Walmart or the store or whatever, and you go to check out, and the checkout lines are like so long.
Yeah, they're
but
down the
really
aisle.
they're not like they're not nearly as long as they look because everybody's standing 6 feet apart, and you're like, oh, okay, you know, like everybody's just spread out, but like. And I can't, like, I don't remember, like, before that, did we just casually stand that close to each other?
Yeah, right
like,
behind somebody.
Was I just
yes,
okay with
everybody's
people-
cartwheels were on
Some
the
people
heels
still
of
have
everybody's
not got
ankles.
the memo because I was in a Dollar General 2 days ago, and I was just standing in the line, and I was behind the lady, 5-6 feet, whatever, like pretty good distance. The guy behind me though had a soda and like some snacks or something right behind me. I'm talking like I could have reached behind and touched him. I was like, dude, like,
Feel his breath on your neck.
breathing on me.
if he coughs, I'm running. I'm not
He
buying
coughs
nothing.
him out, I'm going.
Well, I can't stand when you scoot up and then they scoot up. It's like, did you not get the message? I'm trying to get away from you. I didn't scoot up so you could scoot up too.
And I'm not like super worried about them like giving me COVID. Like that's not why I'm trying to like scoot away from them. I just don't want
Yeah.
you that close to
That's
me.
what-
Like even when
Yeah.
I
this
just
is
have the
over.
space now.
Yeah.
Ugh. Just
One arm's
yeah.
distance for your safety.
Like yeah.
As far as Christmas goes, back to Christmas a little bit. You guys have like a best gift growing up, like the one that just like stands out to you more than anything.
Trampoline, by far the best.
Dude, I wish I got a trampoline for Christmas, girl.
We got
Well,
one, and then it
4 kids,
got
they
ripped out of
needed
the
a
yard.
big gift. So that was our big gift one year. We had just moved to this. Can I say where?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. Sorry. But we just moved to Tompkinsville from Greensburg. We were in our house before. We were waiting for our house that we grew up in to get built, and then we had this huge trampoline. I mean, it was months before we got to move in to our new house, but we had to wait to open this trampoline until we moved into our newly built house. That was the hardest part, but it was like the anticipation made it that much better. So like moving day, it was up. Like there was no question about it. We had to put it up.
My favorite. Well, okay, so
I'm assuming most memorable, like from your childhood, not really like the past year if you got something crazy, like
yeah.
something that really stuck with you.
So, this is probably weird, but like, okay, so one year for Christmas, our neighbor had a go-kart, and my parents bought the go-kart off of them. So, I mean, that was kind of cool. I remember that, but that was like for me and my brother. And then one year, my brother desperately wanted a zip line.
A zip
A
line?
zip line.
No, that wasn't our family.
Desperately wanted a zip line. So my dad built him a zip line for Christmas. I won't forget that. That wasn't for
Built
me.
it?
Built it.
It's still there.
It's
Was
there.
it? Is it safe?
Yeah,
Probably not that.
probably.
I wrote on it. It's
We lived. Yeah. I mean,
We
it's,
lived. She
it's
said
one end is attached to a very, very large tree, and the other is attached to a pole that's stuck in 500 pounds of cement.
Cement.
So I can't imagine it's not safe. I mean, I know there's like a weight restriction or something like that, but I don't know what it is. I've lived so far, so it's fine.
Absolutely not.
But
you
I gotta
could not
say-
pay me. I'm terrified of heights. Like I can't even stand on a step stool and be fine. Like
Oh yeah.
God
It's-
made me short for a reason.
It's
It's
not
because I
high.
get up there.
Remodeling
Even this, no.
the room upstairs, remodeling the room. it's probably 8 foot, like from the ceiling. And all she had to do is step up on the step, one step. She's like, I can't do that. I don't like it. I'm getting down. You'll have to do
I
it.
hate it. I hate it. I'm telling you, my knees start to shake. I start sweating. Like, I get so nervous. My hands start shaking. I don't know what it is. I don't like being up there. Again, God made me short for a reason.
I would love to take her to the Sky Bridge in Chicago.
Absolutely not. I
Just
don't
to,
want to stand on glass.
Just take her up the elevator. Like, she'd just see the sights, let alone, stand on the glass.
The Gott House, is that what's the Gott House in Louisville?
Oh,
the big, huge hotel. It
hotel.
has a glass wall on their elevator.
Nope.
I had to stand all the way, closest to the doors and,
Yeah, no, I would
breathe.
I don't like
Just
that.
close your eyes and
Yeah, I was like, no, absolutely not. Can't look over there. No, I hated it.
I think we talked about it when we talked about the story of us. But the Sky Bridge, the year before it cracked is the year we went, and I remember getting on it with my dad to get the photos, and we took a knee and it creaked. I said, "Did it just creak?" He goes, "No, it didn't creak." And they started laughing at me like, "Oh, that's not going to creak." And then the year later, it broke on somebody. Like, it didn't break all the way through, but it cracked.
He started it. You
That was
guys
me.
started it.
I creaked it.
You creaked it.
You took a knee and broke the Sky Bridge.
My family, we went to Switzerland last summer, and we went to the top of a mountain, and my mom said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go down this gondola to get back down to the bottom." And I walked over and I looked at that gondola and I saw it was 500 feet down, and I looked at my mom and I'm 23 years old. This was last summer. I was 22 years old. I looked at my mom bawling, sobbing, ugly crying. "I am not going down there. You're not going to make me go down. I'm not doing it. I'll live on top of this hill before." No. And my dad was like, "Oh, darn, we can't go down the gondola." And was like, we had to ride the train.
He was
back
like,
down.
"Thank God for Krista being a crybaby."
My dad was like, I was going to close my eyes the whole time. And I was like, "So you gave me this fear."
No, I can't do it. I didn't used to be like that as a kid. Now,
Yeah,
even
it
when
was
at
how high can I
high
go
school
in
age,
the swings? I was
roller coasters,
Oh, yeah, I love
water
those.
slides.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think Final Destination kind of ruined
totally ruined it for me.
But the water slides, oh my
I
gosh,
love water slides.
I can't stand it. It is being controlled by nothing but water. Anything can happen. I don't like it. It scares me. Absolutely not. No.
Water slides are fine to me. The public pool is not to me.
Well, most
That's
water
what
slides.
I can't get past the
What do
germs.
you have to do with most water slides though? Climb up all these stairs and then you look down and it's
You're always
50 feet in the air.
And they're always graded stairs too.
Oh,
they're
it scares me.
grates.
And then you can feel them moving too, and they're shaking, and there's so many people on them. You're like, this could collapse at any second. I'm gonna die. So
Dude,
no.
My favorite place on earth is Holiday World. I love the Splash and Safari.
I've been
What is it?
once.
The Splash and Safari, is that what it's called?
That's where I formed my fear. So my best
think you
friend
went with
growing
us,
up
right?
ran.
No,
I went with
my
her.
mom.
I went with my best friend growing up.
I think
She
you went
was
with my foster.
totally excited.
Yeah, go ahead.
Settle down.
She was totally excited for us to go, and I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna ride all the rides." I got there, y'all. I rode the turkeys, the ones that spin around like the strawberries.
No,
that was it. Her and her mom got so mad at me because I was like, "I'll ride everything." No, I rode the turkeys. That was it.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. I used to be able to ride anything, and now if it spins or if it drops, I'm puking in the corner. It's over. I'm out.
Well, you got your favorite gift, or should I go first? I've got mine. I've done picked it out.
Oh, your favorite?
I mean, geez Louise, dude.
Yeah, you get off topic real quick. It doesn't
It's
take much.
easy to do.
Well, I want to say, and it sounds stupid because it's almost like it's nothing special, but
That's the whole point. It's memorable to you.
yeah,
It doesn't have to make sense to
getting
us.
my Xbox One.
Oh, really?
I loved it, dude. Well, maybe not my Xbox One as much
That's a
as
big gift, though.
the
That's
Xbox
expensive.
360. Because getting the Xbox 360, but I got that for my birthday. But because mainly that having an Xbox was the best way to hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
So,
And
you know.
William was kind of William waited for Christmas. That was how William got his. There was no just go out and get it kind of thing. He didn't have a job. He was focused on school. Growing up, his I mean, his parents wanted him to make sure he focused on school. But we got it for Christmas, I think, that year too, didn't we? We got the Xbox at the same time? The Xbox One?
I think so.
I think so. But because it was like, if he doesn't get it with us, he's going to be left on 360 while we play the new one.
Yeah. Well, we move up in the world.
Which is funny you said that, because my most memorable is the Xbox 360. I got it from my mom with the Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock, like that
Guitar
bundle.
Hero.
So, which goes back to like, if we had opened a gift Christmas Eve, there would have been no getting up Christmas Day, because I would have still been up Christmas as far as getting something early, because that was all we got, that, and we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and then that bundle. That's all we had for Christmas that year. But that was, a console. That was a lot of money to us.
Yeah.
So and
it is a lot of money.
I mean, I played it for who knows how long as far as that one goes. So that was my most memorable as far as a kid, because it kind of like got me into, before that it was like playing older consoles for my dad. Like we didn't have our own PlayStation 2. It was, my dad's PlayStation 2 that we played when he wasn't playing. Mm-hmm. So the Xbox 360 was kind of like my first console, and then, led to us meeting on Xbox and talking, and one thing led to another. We went to a birthday party. I busted an ear, and
of course you did.
Yeah, I almost deafened myself in one ear.
I feel like that sometimes.
I feel like he's still deaf in that one ear, because he don't listen to me, that's for sure.
We don't have to go all that.
We're not going down that rabbit hole today.
Just Christmas, all right? Everybody's happy. It's Christmas.
We're getting about there.
Yeah.
See, if you want to make it a little bit more depressing, my most memorable Christmas present, I know I kind of said like the ones I remember that my brother got, but my most memorable, and this might sound kind of silly, but like I wanted my t-shirts from my school to be made into a blanket. I wanted a quilt made out of my t-shirts from school, and I'd been asking for it for like, but I've been asking for it for like a year and a half, and I was really wanting it. I gathered up all my t-shirts. My mom and dad took them, and so like I knew it was coming. I just didn't know exactly when, and we got it, and I opened it up, and it was this really cool t-shirt blanket.
All your memories.
Yeah. And then
I mean, I think that's cool as far as, for me, growing up, I didn't fit in them after that year. I got bigger and bigger. So they just kind of sat in the closet, but they meant something to me. So, I mean, it's a neat, I don't know if I'd ever use it for anything.
See, I totally have a big Tucker tote full of all of my shirts from high school. Like, I was really into FCCLA. So I have a FCCLA shirt from every year, and then we had like regional meetings and stuff like that, because I was a regional officer and a officer for my chapter. So I have a million FCCLA shirts, but I mean, I'm not going to wear them now. I don't want to run them after, that's a memory. So I would love something like that.
Yeah, but here's the kicker. I got it for Christmas. 11 months later. So Christmas, it's now November 3rd. House burns down and goes to the blanket that I'd been waiting so long for with the t-shirts.
No.
You can't replace that. Didn't even really get to enjoy it. I mean, I had it for less than a year. Blanket gone, house gone.
All right, well, that's a
roller coaster
of
emotions.
Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
Crash
I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
Jeez
I'm
Louise.
so sorry. I mean, like.
Have you no decency?
It also did crash and burn as well. That did happen. That was
unintended.
So,
it's kind of
Merry Christmas to me. That was really cool. I loved that.
Well, that Christmas went up in flames.
Literally.
Should be going on for a minute.
Yeah. No. Okay, I think I'm done.
Oh man. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I think we should call
Merry
it there.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
2020 has been a crazy year for everybody. So, we want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, and we wanted to do something special for Christmas instead of just, we talked in the last podcast of just ending it and then seeing you guys next year, but we didn't want to do that. We wanted to make it something special and unexpected for anybody, because we didn't expect it.
Yeah, we didn't. This is obviously off schedule, so.
Surprise.
Yeah. So, Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. We had a ton of fun. I think you guys had a ton of fun, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love to talk. My name's Gabby.
If
it's implied. But yeah, we had a lot of fun getting to know these two a lot more. This guy, first off, we are still talking about this. I know it's a Christmas special, but me and my sister were literally just talking about this yesterday. How great your speech was
We're
at
still
our
on the
wedding.
speech.
Like we're
Aw.
still on the speech. Like I can't wait to get my
I
video
know.
back from our videographer just to hear your guys' speech again. Even the maid of honors. Like I had 2 maid of honors. Their speeches were amazing. His speech crushed it. My sister, she was like, I totally expected to like knock everybody out of the park. She said, but then whenever I heard the best man speech, she was like, oh crap. She was like, oh no, I hope mine's good enough. But it definitely was. I loved all the speeches, but
Will's was.
you surprised me.
I think you surprised everybody.
Okay, well, when we got engaged, he was like, I'm so excited to do the best man speech, and he was, that was the first thing he said.
I kept telling Gabby, I was like, oh boy, you know, I'm
This
writing
best man speech. Yeah,
Our
I
vows
was like,
better be that good. Our vows better be that
Yeah, I was
If
like,
it
I set a
is
standard.
Oh man.
If it is anything like this, as near as good as the speech, they'll
I'm
be
gonna be
amazing.
crying.
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna ruin your makeup.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ruin my makeup anyways. Literally, like, I'm gonna cry. You cried walking down the aisle.
I
It made
did,
me
I did.
cry watching you walk down
You
the
should have seen
aisle.
me at rehearsal. I feel like I was worse at rehearsal.
Yeah, you were crying more at the rehearsal.
Yes, I was so on the wedding day though. I was so focused on the rain. I was so upset about the rain, and then but once
'cause
I
you cried.
seen
That
him
was your
at
tears.
the end of the aisle, I was like, oh my god, I'm getting married. Like I hadn't thought about it until I was walking down the aisle because I was so focused on the rain. So here I am, like, oh my god, I'm getting married. But
I think we should definitely bring both of you back as far as after the wedding. I think that would be great to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
weddings in
Y'all's
general.
wedding,
I think-
yeah.
I think
It'll
that'd
be
be
fun.
awesome. But yeah, we definitely need to cut it there as far as time goes. Merry Christmas to everyone. I think everybody.
Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas.
everybody.
So,
And a happy new year.
We'll roll into the new year strong, and like we keep telling you, there's going to be more and more content that gets put on the channel as the year
2021.
goes on.
2021 and get this flaming hot garbage of a year over with.
You just can't get over the flames, can you?
Oh no! I didn't mean it. I really didn't mean that.
We built a new house.
All right, until next time.
Thanks for watching.